The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad you all can make it and take some time out of your busy schedules. Today we're going to have a webinar on the website initiatives and some of the issues and some helpful tips on how you can make your website better, or your Select Registry aspect of the website better. This is Will Carlson. I'm the Executive Director, and I'm really privileged to introduce our speaker today. And our speaker today is Brandy Siegler, who is our website specialist. And we hired Brandy on in May, and her major crux of her responsibilities are to maintain the website and assist with our SEO project and assist with our blogs, too. And she's done a fantastic job for us, and I hope all of you folks have been able to work with her. And I know she's been busily building our site and checking member input and making our site better for all of us. Today, Brandy's going to walk through some of the features that our new website provides to you. And she's going to share some tips and observations as well. We're going to keep this to an hour, so if we're going too fast, don't worry, just call the office and we'll assist you and walk you through more specifically and address your specific concerns. But we will have a little time for question and answer, and Lois and I will relay those questions to you. All you have to do is type in the question section, and we will share those questions with Brandy at the end of the presentation. And with that, Brandy, I will hand it off to you.
Thanks, Will. Well, thanks for the glowing welcome there. And as Will said, I'm sure all of you are busy, and we want to keep this to an hour, so let's dive right in and get started. We're going to cover just a few topics today, a brief SEO update, a social media update, what you can do to help with increase your referrals from the Select Registry site. We're going to cover what Select Registry is doing to maintain the site, and then at the end we'll do a little sneak peek at the member section that we're working on bringing to you soon. To start, we'll cover search engine optimization. Right now, this is the most important component of the site and will be moving forward. Our focus is on long-term organic search. That means that we are trying to make our site as search engine friendly and attractive as we can versus paying for space on those search engines like Google and Yahoo and Bing. So what are we doing for you? We've already hired a service provider, and he's already completed the keyword and on-site optimization phases. He is doing some extensive blogging activity with targeted keywords. This has been going on since August and will be an ongoing project. What he's trying to do is post blog articles or posts that are going to reach as many people as possible in that target demographic that we're after by using words that they're more likely to search for. We've posted articles on luxury boutique hotels and weekend getaways and last-minute vacations, those types of things that we've determined are the target audience that we're trying to reach with our marketing campaigns right now. Another ongoing project is state and province pages. We're in the process of creating one page for each of the states and provinces. We're starting with the states and provinces that have member ins, and then when that part is completed, we'll work on the state and provinces that have ins very close by so that they'll be relevant. And then we will lastly work on the state and province pages that don't have ins, and those will serve as gateways to get people to the Select Registry site and hopefully to a state that we do have member ins in. And we will also use those as pages to try to get member ins in those states. So how are all of our search engine optimization efforts going to benefit you? It's pretty simple. We're trying to get higher rankings with the search engines Google, Yahoo, and Bing. What higher rankings mean is that we want to be on the first page for our target keywords. When you search for those keywords, we want to be one of the top couple results that come up, and this will bring more traffic to the Select Registry website and in turn to your businesses. But we do need your help. We are currently working on those state and province pages, and you know better than anyone else what brings visitors to your state, what attractions, events, fine dining, travel advice, what the people coming to your state or province are looking for. So what you can do is provide us with that information and then we can use that to create a page like this. This is just an example. This is the Oregon page, and we have the teaser text, that text in the top left corner there, created for all the pages. We use that out of the guidebook, and we have the images. We have high quality images that we got. If at all possible, we got actual in images or images from the areas of ins. And what we need from you is this body text down here, these few paragraphs that's going to say something about your state, going to encourage travelers to come to your state, talk a little bit about the attractions, the sites, what makes your state great. So if you can, take a few minutes, think about that, send the information into the Select Registry office, that would be a great help, and then we can use that information to write up these pages and get these pages launched. If you see, it's right at the bottom of the page there. It says displaying results 1 through 6 of 9. We already have these pages set up to show the state or show the ins within that state. It's all selected, it's done. It automatically brings in those ins, and it uses that same information that it would if you search for ins through the search component on the home page. So that part's all done. All we need is that middle section there from you, and these pages will be ready to work hard for us to get more visitors to your ins. Okay, moving on to our next topic, social media marketing. For those of you who have heard this word tossed, or this term tossed around a lot and aren't real familiar with it, social media marketing is simply marketing that's done through social media websites like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. A lot of it consists of just making posts on those, but making posts that are strategically thought out and planned out to communicate with our audience. Select Registry has already started the project. We have a service provider hired. The provider has already started posting YouTube videos. The majority of those videos right now are videos of specific ins, and they're talking about, what the benefits of those ins are. There's videos talking about what the benefits of being a loyal Select Registry customer are, and just the benefits of Select Registry as a whole that you guys have all come to be familiar with, the quality and the guarantee that you get that you're going to have a good stay. So how do our social media marketing efforts benefit you? The goal of any good social media marketing campaign is to have regular communication with your existing customers. The purpose of this regular communication is you want to keep your brand in the front of their minds so that when they think travel, the first thing that pops into their mind is Select Registry. And you do this by just continuing to communicate with them and build a strong relationship with them. The great thing about social media versus other media brands or other media types is you get to have that two-way communication. On social media, you talk to your customers, but your customers can also talk back to you and tell you, do they like the post you made? Do they not like the post? Are they talking with you? Are they completely ignoring you? And you get almost instant feedback as to what you're doing and how well you're doing it. The social media can also reach out to those customers that you haven't reached with other marketing efforts. If you aren't familiar with Facebook, when a few of your friends or the friends you have on Facebook like something, the system recommends it to you. So if we have somebody out there who isn't a Select Registry customer, but say 3 to 5 of their friends are Select Registry customers and have liked Select Registry on Facebook, then Facebook will recommend that they become a fan of ours too. And then in that way, we can reach new customers who are very likely the target customers because they're friends with other people that are our customers already. So as I said, we've already started and our strategy is in place. We've made great improvements on Facebook. We already have more than 5,000 people that like Select Registry on Facebook. And this just means when we make a Select Registry post on Facebook, that post goes out to more than 5,000 Facebook pages. On Twitter, we have fewer followers, but we know that some of those, a good portion of those followers are media outlets. This means that when we make a post on Twitter, that those media outlets are seeing our post. So if we say something about You're In or something that Select Registry is doing, those media outlets are then being informed and have the opportunity to go ahead and make and run with those. And it can go viral where they take the initiative and turn it into something more, which will benefit everyone. As I said, we have YouTube videos created and posted. On YouTube, we have 2 separate YouTube accounts. One is a public account, which means if someone goes to YouTube and searches for Select Registry, they are going to see some of our Select Registry videos. The second Select Registry account on YouTube is a private account, which means it is behind a password. What we created this for is we have put membership videos there and informational videos for our members. That way, if we have a prospect or a member that wants more information on something we're doing, we have this means of communicating with them that what we are doing and explaining things to them in a video format. We can use this in the future, as I said, for prospects and educating members. All we have to do is give them the credentials so they can log into that. So, as with everything, we need your help. What you can do to help with our social media marketing efforts is to notify Select Registry of awards and news that are related to your IN. If you are, sorry about that, if you are being awarded something or being recognized for something in your IN or in your area, then let us know. The bigger bank we have of information to draw from for our posts, the better our posts are going to be and the more effective we're going to be at continuing that relationship with our customers. So we can't promise that everything you send to us is going to make it to Facebook or Twitter, but the more we have to draw from, the better and more successful our efforts are going to be. Okay, on to content reviews, and this is where we're going to spend a little more time because this is where I've been focusing a lot of my efforts since joining Select Registry. The purpose of the content reviews is to review what's already on the site for consistency, search engine optimization, and format. Why are we doing this? The continued high-quality appearance of the website. I don't have to tell any of you that we're targeting a higher-end clientele, and so they're expecting to go to a website that looks good and represents that high-end appearance of your INs. So we want to make sure that that's represented on the website and keep everything consistent and high quality. Well, I'm also looking to improve our search engine performance. Every piece of content on the website, every word goes toward our search engine performance. So everything that you add makes a link to your page and your website, which is going to improve your efforts with the search engines for your own websites. It's also going to improve our efforts with the search engines. So I can't encourage you enough to go in and add those pieces of content and improve the content that you've already added to the Select Registry site so that we can, you know, it's a community effort here to make the website as good as it can be so that it benefits all of us. So what can you do to help? Add and improve your content. I know you've all gone in and made your member pages and added the content to your tabs. That content needs to be reviewed periodically to make sure that it still reflects you as an IN and to make sure it's up to date. Search engines are very, very intelligent at knowing what content is out of date, and then it quickly falls to the bottom of the list as far as importance and hurts our ranking. Also, adding recipes, events, and packages to the site. These are all things that are going to link back to your page on Select Registry, and it's also going to link to your website. It draws more attention to your IN in a very positive light, as well as making the site more attractive to the search engines. Diving in a little deeper, I've already gone through the recipes area. I've added keywords to all recipes on the site. And a lot of these recipes were brought over from the old website and just, for lack of a better word, dumped onto the new site. And unfortunately, moving from one site to another, things never come over perfectly. So I've gone through and cleaned them all up and made sure they were all formatted correctly, got rid of any weird characters that brought over, messy format, things that got cut off. I've cleaned up all of that. I've also determined what components are still needed. A lot of the recipes do not have images, and images are important things with recipes. One, they do double duty with Google and other search engines because you can search just for images, and that's another gateway for people to make it onto our site. They also just make the site more attractive and make your recipe more attractive. Another missing component for a lot of the recipes is that teaser text or description. So what I've done is gone through and determined what is missing for each recipe, and I am in the process of contacting the individual members that already have recipes on the site and letting them know which recipes are there, because I know for a lot of you they were added a long time ago and you may not even remember that they're out there. So I'm letting you know what's there and in what status it's in, what's needed. Some of them haven't been published on the new site, which means they're hidden. Nobody can see them. All the information is there, but nobody can see them. So we need to get those published, and we need to get the descriptions on them and the images on them. For those of you that I have not yet contacted, I encourage you to take the initiative and go in and see what you have out there. If you go to the admin side of the website and click on recipes, you can search by your member name, and it'll bring up all of the recipes associated with you. So I'm going to take a minute and just go through what it takes to put a recipe on the site and what the pieces mean and how they relate to what is actually seen by the visitors on the actual Select Registry website, just to make sure everybody's clear. I won't take a lot of time because I know you've been instructed on this before, but a little refresher I think will benefit everybody. So a lot of the pieces on this part of the admin side go directly to what is seen on the website, starting with the recipe name, and then, of course, the all-important your in name is displayed, yield, prep time, cook time, description. This is that teaser text that I mentioned, ingredients and instructions. All of these go directly from this part onto the actual Select Registry website. And I'll show you that. We'll just click over. Okay, first here is your what you see, the teaser text. We were looking at the pan-seared scallops on the admin side, and here it is on the actual Select Registry website. I searched for pan-seared just on the home page, and this is what came up. And you can see that the recipe name and the teaser text come directly over and display here. And you can see how that one recipe here, the seared sea scallops, doesn't have teaser text, and it makes the page look not bad, but less than it could be. So we will move on. And here is what the actual recipe page looks like. All of these pieces come right from what you enter on the admin side. Here's the recipe name. Here's your teaser text again. Here's the all-important link to your member page on the Select Registry website, getting traffic to you. As I said, prep time, cook time, yield all come over directly. One important thing to note is the ingredient section. As you see here, all of these have bullets on them. The system does that for us. So it is important that when you enter your ingredients in, you put one on each line, and that you don't put additional text in here, any notations or anything like that, because the system doesn't know the difference and is going to put it in this bulleted list, and it can look awkward. So limit the ingredient section to your ingredients and put them one on each line. You know, just hit the enter key between each one, and it automatically puts them in this nice bulleted list here. And then if you have extra comments, you can put those in this preparation area that's down here on the bottom. This is where you have a little more flexibility in styling your text. You can't bold it or anything like that, but you can break up the text more, and so that you can put in any notations or anything else that you need to convey in addition to the instructions for actually creating the recipe. One more, or a couple more things to note here. Image size. The way the new Select Registry site is built, all of the images are standardized. So right here it tells you that you need a 165 by 165 pixel image for this spot, and that is very important that it be 165 by 165. If you put in an image that size, it's going to display correctly as this one does. If you put in an image that is larger than that, it is going to force it down to that 165 by 165 size. So if it's proportionate, if it's, you know, any other square size, 200 by 200, 300 by 300, it can scale it down. I don't recommend making the site scale it down if you can help it, because it slows down the load time, but at least it would display properly. If you put in an image here that is long or is tall, the image is going to display very awkwardly and, for lack of a better word, smushed, because it's going to make it fit that hole. So if you're going to put these images in here, and I highly recommend you do use images, you need to make them the proper size so that they display properly. Another important part of this is the keywords. As I said, on all existing sites or all existing recipes on the site, I've gone in and put keywords on them. What I did for keywords, I used key ingredients out of the recipe. I used the word recipe, and I also used the in name where the recipe was supplied. I know a lot of you are known as much for your cooking and your food that you supply at your inns, as well as your hospitality. So if you've made an impression with one of your dishes, somebody might come looking for it, and that can get them right back to your website. But these keywords are how the search engines are going to find your recipe. It's also how the search on the Select Registry site finds your recipe. So this is an important piece for our search engine optimization effort. So make sure you fill this in. It's pretty simple to do. You put your word in, separated by commas, and but do keep it relatively short. I can't remember the exact character count, but you get about 3 lines of words here, and then it overloads the system and it'll stop you. Okay, this you're going to hear me say over and over again during this presentation, but it's something that I really need to stress. This publish checkbox at the bottom of the page is extremely important. Sadly, there are a lot of recipes that people went in and spent the time creating and putting on the website, and they are not displaying on the website because this checkbox must be checked for your recipe to appear on the website. So, you know, double check when you're entering new recipes or editing the recipes that you already have up on the site. Make sure this checkbox is checked. We don't want to waste anybody's time and effort putting these things together and not using them to the full potential by having them on the website. Okay, moving on. Packages. This is an area of the site that I'm in the process of reviewing and have not yet completed, but it's an important part of the site. For those of you that attended or participated in the Future of the Travel Industry webinar that Select Registry hosted a couple months ago, they stressed in there that customers are not necessarily looking for cheaper travel options, but they're looking for more out of their money when they're traveling, more value. This is a great way for Select Registry member inns to communicate to that audience that they are offering more than just a place to sleep. They're offering packages that include spa trips and dinners and anything else that you can put together in a package. You're communicating to those visitors of the website that you can offer them more than just a place to stay. But one piece of that you need to keep in mind is the category placement. You have an option to select a category to put your packages in, and you need to be mindful when you do that to put them in all the categories that are appropriate, but only those that are appropriate. We don't want to display when somebody searches for a package, we don't want to display packages that aren't appropriate because they'll frustrate them and we can risk them leaving the site. So I encourage you to use all of the categories that are appropriate for your package when you put them in. Again, I'm drawing this out for you, the image sizes on here. I want you to be mindful. These are not square images, but these image sizes are important because, once again, the system will force your image that you load to be this size. And if it's not at least proportionate to these sizes, then it's going to get skewed and we're going to lose that quality of image that Select Registry and the member ins are known for. So when you're entering a package, there's a few key pieces here that I want to call out. First is the package title. It is very important to keep in mind that the package title must be unique. There can only be one romance package on the site, and there can only be one honeymoon package on the site. Hillbrook Inn that I used in this example was pretty straightforward. They just called theirs the Hillbrook Romance Package. Whatever you do, you just need to make it something unique so that you're the only one that has that, or else the system will call you out on it and you won't be able to save. When you're entering your packages, when you see this member name, you can start typing, and the system will give you a list of members that have that those letters in it, and then you can just select your inn and click Import Member. This is a very handy feature of this website, and what this does is it brings over your information that you entered when your inn was set up on this website and brings it all over for you, so you don't have to worry about making typos or forgetting to put in information. You know it's accurate, and everywhere that your inn is represented on the site is going to be the same and consistent. A few other things to point out. There's another opportunity to link to your website, though I caution you, if you have a packages or a specials area on your website, link directly to that page. You don't want people that come from the Select Registry site to get frustrated when they get to your site and not have the information readily available to them. Also, the booking URL, you guys all know the sooner you can get them to that place where they can make that reservation, the better off you're going to be and the more likely they're going to go ahead and book that. So make sure you put that link in there if you have it available. Here again is the packages, or the categories for the packages. You can see there's quite a variety here, but like this one says, it does fall into more than one category. It's a romance package. It has a food, wine, and drink component to it, and of course it's appropriate for weddings, honeymoons, and anniversaries. So we want to make it available to all of the categories that we can, but not put it in ones that don't. Okay, I'm going to stress it again, and I told you already, I'm going to stress it a couple more times, this publish checkbox. This package will not display unless this checkbox is checked. So when you put these in, make sure you check this checkbox. You don't want to go through all that hard work and have it not display on the website. As I said, when you click that Import from Member button, this is the information that's going to come over, that property information. Your address, your telephone number, and your email address are all going to be brought in so that you can have that available and you don't have to worry about making changes or making a typo or anything. It's all right there for you. Further down the page, some of the information that you are going to need to put in. The main image, as I gave you the dimensions for that earlier. Remember that it has to be proportionate because it's going to make it fit. And here, where the little red arrow just showed up, is the area where you get to describe your package. And I encourage you to try to make this look as nice as you can. Don't go crazy. We don't want 15 colors of text or anything. But the Hillbrook here did a really nice job of formatting this text. They used some bold, they used some bullets to make this look nice, because this, however you enter the information in here, that's how it's going to look when it reaches the website. And here you can see that their image is there, all their contact information is there. Here's their link to their member page. Here's their link so that they can email, and here is the link back to their website. Okay, moving on. Further down the page on the admin side of packages is the teaser area. This is the information that is shown when you search by category or if you search the site. You can see here's where you put your image in, and here's where you put your teaser text. Both of those go directly to the front end of the website where everyone gets to see them. So take some time and make sure you don't have a lot of area for your teaser text. You want something that is going to describe what they have to offer and make people want to click through and see the details of your package. Okay, on to events. this is an area that I review monthly because obviously the events calendar changes and we want to stay on top of it. There are currently 3 levels of visibility for the events that you enter. Every event that you enter is going to show on your member page on the What to Do tab. In addition to displaying there, I have the option of adding them to the master calendar and as well adding them on the home page. The criteria that we use is if it's going to appeal to a large group of people, we'll add it to the global calendar. And if it's a really big event, something that you would travel out of state, for example, to go to, or a reason to travel to that inn or area, then we generally feature it on the home page. Here you see what it looks like on the admin side of things. Once again, I'm stressing it again, this published checkbox will not display on the front end of the site to the visitors of the website if this checkbox is not checked. Here you can also see where I have the featured and global checkboxes. I see these checkboxes. You will not. So here is where I check to see if they're, or I check and then they can go to those other calendars. Here again, you can start typing your member name and then click import from member and it'll bring the information over to you. And then here is another opportunity to link to your website. But I encourage you to put the betterment of the site ahead of your individual on this link only. And this is probably the only time you're going to hear me say this, that it would be better if you have the opportunity to put a link directly to a website or a page that speaks directly of this link. If it's a large event and has a website of its own, link to that website. Or if it has a page of its own, or a great option here would be is if you have additional information on that event that is on your website, link directly to that website. At the very least, go ahead and link to your own website. One thing that I'm disappointed to report is that I don't know of any events that have images tied to them. This is a way to make again, target those search engines and to make the pages look better. So if you can, if it's available to you, go ahead and put an image on here to dress it up a little bit. As I said, we have the option of putting events on the home page. Here you see down at the bottom right corner of the home page is where the events come. The system automatically chooses from those events that I clicked as featured events. It picks the next 3 and puts them on the home page here. That's all dynamically driven so that it automatically updates and we don't have to do that manually. It's very nice that it automatically pulls what's coming next. Here is the page that you see if you click the calendar tab, and here you have listed all of the global events, so the events that have that global check mark checked, and they display in chronological order. Now if you put your event in a category, here's where the visitors to the site can narrow that down to specific interests. So again, you want to put it in all the appropriate categories and to make sure it's out there when people come looking for it. On the admin side again, this is the bottom of the events page where you can put in information about your event. Again, I encourage you to take the time to make this area look good, the description area, so that because what you put in here is how it shows on the website. And then at the bottom there is where the categories are. Select what is appropriate. Here's what it looks like when that event reaches the Expo Select Registry website. As you can see, it carried over exactly to the front of the website. And down here at the bottom is where that link displays, where you have the option to put in a website. It labels it as event website. So this is why I encouraged you if you had a link to a website or a page specifically for that event, to put the link here, because that's what it's called and that's what what visitors to the site are going to expect. So if we misrepresent, we have the risk of offending, well, not offending, but disappointing someone and not meeting their expectations, and they can turn away from the site, and we don't want that to happen. And you've listened to me talk for a little while now, and you've earned the right to see the new members area that we're creating for you. As I said, this area is not complete and not available to you yet, but we wanted to let you know that we are working on it. What this area is going to be is a central location for documents and information for the members of Select Registry. I know in the past you had an area on the admin side of the old website where you had access to documents that you needed and information. We're going to make that available to you again, but in a different format. This time it's going to be on the Select Registry website, but it is going to be behind the password. So this is what it'll look like. This is the first page. And as you can see, it is not on the admin side. It's on the regular website. But you'll get to it the same way you do to go to the admin side. You'll log into the Select Registry website, and then where there's an admin link somewhere on there, we haven't made the decision yet where, there will be a link to a members only area. And when you click that, after you're logged in, this is what you'll see. Currently, the home page for the members area here will have any, big announcements or something like that. Right now it's got the save the date for the Innkeeping Conference and Trade Show that's coming up in January. More importantly, you'll see on the right side of the page here is the different areas that we're going to give you information. The information is divided into member resources, marketing partners, news, member stats, and calendar of events. When you click these will all be separate pages that will give you additional information. We're going to put things like this webinar and documents that we provide to you will be available there. Marketing partners will be the businesses and organizations that Select Registry has partnered with. It'll be their contact information and information about that partnership. The news area will be announcements. The member stats will be something I know a lot of you are anxious to see, and that will be specific to your IN, and it will be golden quill information as well as information on how your IN is doing on the Select Registry site, how many visitors your pages are seeing, and the traffic that we're sending to you. The calendar events is pretty obvious. It's going to be events for member IN, like regional meetings and things like that. It will be completely separate from the calendar that exists on the regular part of the website. And as I said, this is not yet available. Lois and I are working on it. We hope to have it available to you soon. But the best I can offer is that it's going to be available as soon as we can get it to you, because we know how much it'll benefit you, and it'll also help us get information out to you, to the members. And that's all I have for you. I hope that what I presented was educational and informative. If you have questions that you didn't get time to ask, shoot an email to the Select Registry staff, and we'll make sure we can get back to you.
Thank you, Brandy. Lois here, we got a couple. I know we've been answering questions on the side, but I think we have one that we can relay to you. Go ahead.
Okay, for recipes and packages, these end up duplicating what we have on our own website. So when the guest links, they see the same thing. Is there a benefit to duplicating as opposed to just linking?
Yes, there is a benefit. I talked a lot about, pieces of it throughout the site, and that is the search engine optimization, as well as you're a member of the Select Registry site to get additional traffic that you may not get to your website. The easier we can present that information, the better. But by having the content on the site instead of just a link, we're increasing that search engine optimization and hopefully getting your package higher up in the search results. It's never a bad thing if information on your IN appears in Google twice, but I caution you to not copy and paste information. If at all possible, rewrite it at least a little bit, maybe provide the highlighted points on the Select Registry site with some of those keywords and put all the information over onto your website. The website or the search engines are very intelligent about duplicate content, and they don't want to be redundant. So if you do have information on your packages on your website, I would say put a similar version on the Select Registry website, but not to copy and paste so it isn't completely redundant. And I know it means extra work, but I think it'll pay off for you in the end.
Okay. For any other questions we did not get to, we will be more than happy to get the answers for you because we do not have them readily available, or we do need to do a little investigating to answer some of those.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for their time, and again, if there's any issues or questions you have and that weren't directly addressed, don't hesitate to call us. We'd be happy to help you with your part of this website. Again, it's really important. Everybody keep it fresh and regular so we can help with our Google rankings. Just for your information, Tim Brady is going to be speaking, what, October 28th?
26th.
Well, I'm sorry, October 26th, and he's going to go more into depth on our social media campaign that Brandy mentioned in her presentation, and Carl Cottle has agreed to talk about, he's the chair of the website committee, and we're going to talk more about SEO next month. So, you know, that'll give us some more to talk about and share with the website. And again, thanks everybody for their time, and look forward to talking with you folks later. Bye now.